Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I am your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Farmer Brian,
What's going on, everybody?
and landowner and Farmer Brett.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. I'm going to take you out of the jokey part. This is Farmer Wants a Wife, Season 1, Episode 9. This was Meet the Families, family being the key word here in the episode. You know, there were eliminations, there were family visits, but I don't want to bury the lead with what the episode ended with. Thoughts and prayers out to Landon's family. Unfortunately, we found out, and he found out while he was getting ready to go do the dates or second date, that his father passed away. So apparently, father had been having health issues and unfortunately passed away during filming. You guys know we're not a spoiler show, so we didn't have any clue about this. We don't really look into that. So we also can't let you guys know right now if he ended up continuing or not. We're going to find out along with the viewers next week. Obviously, not very important in the scheme of things, but yeah, we just want to put our well wishes out there for their family. It's a real bummer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That came out of the blue. I would have missed it because I almost didn't watch the last 10 minutes so I could be on here. And then these guys are like, yeah, you should watch it. So
it is one of those ones, Brett. I'm not laughing because the thing's funny, but like that's happened to us in plenty of like reviews where like we're like rushing to get on and we missed the last like 30 seconds and someone's like, oh my god, well, you didn't talk about that. We're like, what? And so it is one, if any kind of if you're going to take any light out of us talking about the death of a family member, it's just make sure you always watch everything to the end because you want to make sure you have all the right information before you come in and maybe say. I think a lot of people may have come in and complained about this episode. A lot of people may not say that it was super eventful. I can agree and disagree to certain extents. There was a lot to cover in this episode. You could maybe criticize the structure, that maybe some things should have happened last episode so that we can kind of get right into the hometowns per se. But yeah, let's start with the stuff before the hometown visits, guys. I want to start with Hunter. With Megan's dramatic return last week, guys, we knew that Hunter was going to have to make 2 eliminations. We all knew that he wasn't going to eliminate Megan when she just came back. And so he had to really be choosing between Steph, Devon, and Sydney. He ends up eliminating Devon because he used the corny phrase that he doesn't want to cage her in, aka doesn't think she's going to want to live on the farm. But then eliminates Stephanie in front of everybody at the bonfire because she's guarded just like he is. So Brian, Brett, let's get your reactions to saying goodbye to Devon and Stephanie.
Yeah, Devon, not really surprising because I mean it took until last week for her to go on a date. I was a little surprised by Stephanie, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that she probably was the best to me, maybe tied for first, but I mean we'll get to when we get to the actual hometowns for him, I will say why. But
Okay.
yeah, I was a little surprised by that.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I wasn't surprised because I felt like Sydney was a top 2 for him, and so was I guess the other girl that came back last week.
Yeah, Megan.
Already. I don't know what he sees in her because I think she's like one of the worst. I think she's probably the worst girl on the show. My least favorite. I actually like Devon the most on his farm. So I don't
love
know
why
Devon. Devon, like she just seems cool and she's hot. So I don't know. I don't know why he never connected with her. But yeah, I guess that was kind of mean of him to he broke up with her off to the side and then broke up with Sydney, or not Sydney, the other girl in front of the flag. Stephanie, yeah.
Yeah, right at the bonfire. The dichotomy of the private breakup versus
It is odd.
Public breakup was a little bit odd. And we saw the same thing later on, but we'll talk about the dinner table elimination later. But Devon, shout out to Devon. I thought she was cool. I liked her on her date. We gave her props last week because she was down with going to the cattle auction and going and doing the work stuff. I felt like she was down to live on the farm. That's somebody would love to talk to. So Devon, if you're watching, or the cast members who do watch, let Devon know. We definitely would like to chat with her. Thought she was one of the better, like you said, candidates. Brett,
I'd like to chat with anybody.
We'll chat with any of these. I do disagree though. Megan is like a freight train. As soon as she got out, listen, she got out of the freaking truck last week. It was like Stone Cold Steve Austin. The glass broke. It was over. That's Austin's music. That's Austin's music. Like, you're done, dude. Like, it's over. He's out stunnering. She's out stunnering people. She's gonna be punching out, beating up the farm hands. Like, please, the rest of them should have left. And it really, especially how later on, how the Sydney date goes, she might not even make it to the end. She might quit before she even gets. I don't think she's even going to go back to the farm. So, like, runaway freight train. But yeah, we'll get to the hometown dates, and obviously Megan hasn't had hers yet. Landon, this is the dinner table elimination. This was an awkward one for me. Don't know why he again just can't take them out on their own or have them stand in a line a la Bachelor and or anything. They just sitting there. I don't even think they got a meal out of it. He eliminates Zoe. Says she's too young and fun, basically.
You're fired.
No surprise there.
I mean, I guess I this is my thing with these shows. This is finally I got some griping I can start doing towards the end here. It's like, yeah, no duh. I let me refer back to what was that from 90 Day Fiance the other night? No duh. She's young. Like, you knew this stuff the whole time that she was young, and then eliminate her earlier. Like, keep someone older then. Like, keep someone that you don't think you're gonna have to invest a lot of time. He basically alluded to the fact that they would date her for like a few years and she'd like leave him or something. I'm like, well, why would she get to this far? Like, I thought that was dumb.
Yeah, I agree. Never thought of that, but I agree with that.
Those are the two. Those are the eliminations. We now do get to go on some of the hometown visits. We can start with let's start with Landon's visit now because we were just talking about him. He goes to Orlando to Ashley R's family, mom, sister, and this is daughter Harper. So we've heard about Harper all season. Did anyone else think that Harper was like a baby?
I that's what I have in my notes.
I didn't expect her to be as tall as her mother. That's for sure.
How old is she?
She's got to be at least like 10 or 12.
Dude, I already said, like, automatically, I've already said in these reality shows, you're a kid, you're not going to win, but like, you're not going to move that kid. That kid was like a full like middle school. Dude,
yeah,
you move her to some farmer's house. Like, that ain't happening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Landon with that stuffed animal was really expecting her to be like you said, 3 or 4 years old. That's what I was expecting. I was blown away. I was like, who is that?
Wait, that's the question I gotta ask. Wait, we gotta get Landon on, and we gotta ask him. Like, did you ever ask how old the kid was?
Yeah.
Have you ever met a child before who's like?
I legitimately thought that was the sister.
Brian, I would buy that cow for like your twin girls. Your twin girls are like not even a year and a half old.
Right, exactly. That's like, hey man, I know people like stuffed animals, but I was shocked. I was legit shocked. That was a shocking moment for me.
Should have brought her a bike or something.
She got out of school early though, so props to Landon for that.
Bought her some like Minecraft bucks or something, dude. Like, Jesus.
Right.
Some Roblox. Freak out of here. I was so shook. My wife's away for work, and usually she'll like hang around during farmers because it's like whatever, it's not trashy, and she'll like whatever can. And so I'm like literally like looking at the cat. I'm like, kitten,
you see this?
I'm like, where that child's old. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, she's done in my opinion. So we move on to Ryan. Ryan goes to LA to visit Sarah.
Wait,
real quick. Talk about the family.
I want to go back to the family real quick. Just dude, when his sister, the sister was like, "You don't love her yet," and she was like annoyed by that, and it's like, I mean, I kind of appreciate that he didn't like. He was like, I don't like. It hasn't been that long. Like, you shouldn't be falling in love this quickly. Like, I thought that was kind of like ridiculous.
I felt like it was like the Homer Simpson in the hedges moment. Like, what do you mean? Yeah. Are you gonna love it?
Yeah, the bush when he jumps into the bush. Yeah. But like, that's what I mean. Like, that's the same stuff on Bachelor where they're like, I'm falling in love. Like, Bachelor's the one extreme, and I think his is more like, because it happens a little later. Like, are you like how serious about this? Like, it's been weeks. Like, I'm glad they're kind of taking it like, I'll tell, and like later he's like, I'll be the first one to tell her that, and I actually like appreciate that. That's like what it should be.
He said that though, where he's like, look, I'll tell her before I tell you. I was like, ooh, it came off a little.
I mean, but it sounded like you sounded like a jerk, but I actually like appreciated that.
That was a very awkward interaction between him and the two women. So
Well, I didn't like those questions. I mean, like,
I don't know the questions.
I didn't like them. They've been knowing each other for 5 weeks. Like, let's pump the brakes here.
Make a good point, Brian. But he is asking them to come. They are
like
considered
I can't
That's
tell him.
fine.
He's like,
It's a
hey, look,
TV show. You got to know what you're signing up for. Like,
I can't do any worse than getting her pregnant and leaving like the last
yeah.
guy.
We can't wait until we get flooded in the comments. It's like, husband was a war hero, Brett. He like saved 800 burnt children from a plane.
That's not what her blue hair says.
Ooh,
No offense.
Some armchair psychiatry right here.
Still coming on our show.
Psychiatry.
I'm sorry.
Dr. Larkin.
Dr. Larkin, MD. Next reality show. All right, now we're gonna go to Ryan, who goes out to LA to visit Sarah V, tall Sarah, as I refer to her as. Very interesting questions from the family. I thought they were good ones, a little dramatic, like the dad asking, what was your biggest sacrifice?
Yeah.
Ryan's like, it's when my brother died when I was 7. He was 9. I take a job when I was 12, you jerk. How about you? It's like,
how about you, guy?
Yeah, I didn't like the question. I didn't like the premise of the question.
Yeah,
Like, what do you think? He's selfish? What?
Life must be so hard. You get to work and drink at the same time.
It's a speakeasy, Brett.
There's a password.
It's sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice.
I thought her family seemed cool though, but I want to know where she gets her annoying like wannabe gangster accent. Like, because sometimes I talk like this, and hey, look at me, I'm Sarah. I got no screen time. Hey,
I got no screen time, dude. Brett, they are they're gonna come for you.
I wish we heard from the brother. Like the brother didn't talk at all.
I like the feedback that the family and Sarah gave Ryan. It's like, you got to like tell me you like me. The only counter to that would be like, you are in the final 2. So he definitely likes you, but it must also be a little weird though. If you've gotten to the final 2 and you don't feel like you don't really know if he likes you, you probably shouldn't say yes, even if you do win. Right. That's where my stand with it. I like her. She definitely can hoop. Like she definitely can hoop, right? She's got height. Like I want to find out like if she played any like college ball or anything like that.
What her stats are?
Yeah, I want to get the stat line. I want to know if she was like a 4 or a 3. You know what I mean? I don't know where she played on the court.
I don't know if that height. I think she might have been like a 4.
That's what I was thinking originally. Yeah. So that visit I thought was like a medium. Let's call that one like a medium. It went. Mainly just because of the fact that she acknowledges that he said he likes her. Alan, trench coat Alan, Walker, Texas Ranger, Alan. He's driving to Columbus, Georgia. Is that close to you, Brett?
It's about 2 hours away.
That's close enough.
To
visit Kelsey.
I like how he called it the city. He's like, oh, I'm not used to the city. Columbus isn't. I wouldn't consider Columbus a city. You know,
maybe not the town at best.
Atlanta is.
Yeah, Atlanta is a major city. I mean, I guess it could still be a city, but I think when you hear somebody say the city, you think of like New York, Philadelphia, Boston, like major cities. Yeah.
This is where we got to get a best friend interview, but not a very intense best friend interview. Asked normal questions. He was married before. Are you still into your ex-wife? Blah, blah, blah. Answered questions pretty honestly. He's just like, he's genuine. He's just such a serious dude to me. Like the things are always just so like, just lighten up a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, it's just personality, I guess. The dad's gonna come ride some horses though. Book that.
Yeah.
Old Town Road.
I definitely feel like her family and her would, they fit well.
Yeah, they definitely seem to gel like a lot.
There's nothing,
she's definitely like
synergy.
From what I saw, like I wouldn't be shocked if she is his pick.
No, I've always thought Kelsey, aka Khaleesi, the way she spells it, was always the front runner for Alan. So I would actually be surprised if he didn't pick her.
Yeah, but the family was like a double down for me. Like it's like they seem like they could vibe really well.
No, I liked it. For sure.
they're kind of like into the farm stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and that's obviously a big part of it.
Yeah.
Good.
Last one here that I want to talk about. Hunter. He went to Nashville to visit Sydney. I teased this a little bit. This one did not go well. Sister, mom reminding her about her career. She talks about having to travel a lot for her career, talks about it only being 22, talking about not wanting to settle down in the next few years, not wanting to have kids in the next few years, all things that he definitely wants to do. And he's also got Megan there who rolled in, like I said, like the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble, ready to just win the thing. So, I just thought it really couldn't have gone much worse, especially when he goes at the end. He's like, "Can you believe this is the last time we're going to see each other?" It's like after it just went horribly the entire time. Like, no, maybe I shouldn't book that flight.
Yeah. I missed that, but I didn't really understand. The family was like, "So are you ready to be a mom in like 3 years?" Just like, oh, you know what? Maybe not. Like, why are you on the show? Why are you here to get married or date?
That's very true.
The guy's a farmer. It's a family guy. Like,
was it his sister or like a friend of the mom?
I don't know. I thought it was sister.
I think it was friend of the mom, which I thought was I thought it was weird that they didn't have like if I don't know. I would have taken more into account of her friend's opinion than the friend of the mom's opinion, but I don't know. But yeah, didn't go well. That's definitely an L.
Like again, these are the type of questions we would love to talk to more cast members just to get like at least the one thing they do tell you on The Bachelor is like why the people are there who are there, right? And like we got that with a couple of the people here, but not fully, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not like listen, we're not trying to shame, but
there's too much going on in this. Like 2 episodes left. Like there's not because I imagine it's going to be next week's the rest of the hometowns, and the finale is like the decision and like the final like talk. You're going to milk that.
But I thought with like 3 more extra episodes than we thought we were going to get, it was going to like move it, but it's like kind of. I think these eliminations should have been last week, and we should have gotten.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Hometown episode.
Yeah, I agree.
And then next week gotten a little bit, and then had a cliffhanger into the finale, I guess. But
yeah,
look,
we didn't get to all the hometown dates. They didn't do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just
well, that's what we're saying. Like they should have been able if they had done the eliminations last week. That was the first like segment and a half or 2 segments before they even got to the hometowns.
About halfway through, I thought they were just gonna maybe do half the girls since they weren't getting much content for any of them. So, but no,
yeah, it was super quick.
Well, I think especially though when like we have the timing with like Landon is like there's a ending with him too makes it a good shot that he doesn't come back. So
yeah, so
it's happened before. It's happened before in farmers. Like I've seen in like some of the other groups, there's been seasons where like farmers like leave during the season. So yeah, it does happen. Check out everything else we have going on the channel. A lot of awesome reviews coming out this week. We had Below Deck Sailing Yacht. That's been a really good season. We reviewed that on Monday. We just dropped the full season review of Jury Duty. That's on Amazon Prime. Really kind of cool office reality TV social experiment. We dropped our full season review the episode before this. This week we also had 90 Day Fiance. We are more than likely going to have the Jersey Shore family reunion season finale, possibly Married at First Sight. We will have the Challenge USA and Survivor 44 following this episode. And then really check out our TikTok as well for plenty of other reality TV funny clips and coverage. Also check out our merch store. We had our first confirmed delivery. The quality looks good. The feedback's been really good. So we'll have some of that on in some coming videos. Brian and I have an order going in. So we'll have some merch to show you guys. But so far, so good. And remember, proceeds of that are going to go towards Give Kids the World, Hearts of Reality, our official charity. There's a link for you to donate as well directly to that in the description of this video. But until our next review, for myself, Brian, and Brett, thank you. Peace.